Are we on?
Yep.
Yeah, we're on. Sammy, you got anything important to say today? Nah, he's on strike.
Hey everyone, it's MK and the boys in the house. Welcome back to MK Quilts for our weekly live feed. So I'm just gonna hang out for a second and wait for some people to jump on. Hello, Sheila. We've got some new members to the group again. So as I wait a couple of seconds and you hop on, why don't you just drop a little comment about where you are watching from? It's always fun for us to see who we got and where you are in the country. All right. We got some people coming on. As you come on, let us know where you're watching from. All right, you guys. Well, as you jump on, just drop your comments below. Awesome, West Virginia. So drop your comments below where you're watching from. Ontario, awesome. How's the weather up there in Canada? Brr. All right, so we have a small list of things to cover with you today, so let's go ahead and get started. So what have we been up to since we saw you last? So we didn't have a live feed last week. Paul and I were both on the road, but prior to that, the last time we saw you live and with some videos was from the quilt show that we were vending at. So that was, what, a couple of weekends ago? And Paul and I had a really fun time. It was a lot of hard work. But it was a fun time just greeting the public and vending at my local guild quilt show. So if you caught any of that footage from the show, you may recognize some of the quilts that are hanging here because Paul said, I think she moved the entire studio to the quilt show. But you know, that's what we do when we go to quilt shows. We focus on the machines, and I like to take my quilts with me because that just focuses and highlights on what they're capable of and just the beautiful quilting that our Handy Quilter machines can do. Wow, we're getting some hearts and some thumbs up. Wow.
Did you see that one from Scotland?
No, Scotland. Oh my goodness. That's so awesome. Thank you guys. So, yeah, so the quilt show was awesome. I just had my guild meeting yesterday and we kind of did a recap of the show and everything. So the next show that Paul and I are planning to do is, again, another quilt guild that I belong to here locally, and that'll be a year from now. So we have plenty of time to to prepare for that. Okay, so quilt show was fun. I got to meet a lot of you there. Actually, it was a local show, but once again, I had people come into the booth who were like, you know, I would introduce myself and Mr. MK, and they're like, oh, we know you, we follow you online. So that's really awesome. I actually met a couple of owners that live very close by that I was not aware of that had Handy Quilter machines and Pro Stitchers. So I'm actually getting together with 2 or 3 people locally here who are going to come into the shop, get some private training and whatnot. So that's always just the funnest part for me of meeting the public, is to just, you know, I think that I'm not known out there, but apparently I am. So that's just a fun thing. All right, so what else we got? Oh, speaking of the show, I sold my brand new Amara. It only had a few thousand stitches on it. We had taken it to the show. I sold it right off the show floor. So we are going for that final install tomorrow or Saturday. I believe we're going to get that. That was a local buyer joining the MK Quilts Owners Club. So we were happy to do that. I did want to mention that I had my Forte for sale also, my floor model Forte. I had some people interested in, at the show. Then I had a really interested buyer put some money down, but that's not going to work out. So McForte is on the market again. If you would like a really good low, low mileage machine, it's just been here in the shop for about coming up on 6 months. And basically, I've got it way discounted pricing as a used machine. You'd get a brand new table with it. We'll ship it anywhere in the country, and then we can talk about getting you onto our owners club for at least a year when you buy a used machine, 2 years when you buy a brand new machine. But with that, we can work out getting you all my training videos and all that. So McForte is a beautiful machine. A lot of people have been asking me, why are you selling her? Okay, so we're retailers now, and we really, you know, Handy Quilter wants us to keep the newest low mileage models on the floor. Now, my McFinity, that's my private machine. Okay, she's not going anywhere. I love her, and she's just mine. But we have been selling quite a few Infinities just recently, so she's not for sale. But my other machines are always going to be kind of rotating in and out of here. Probably keep them around 6 months, and then we'll just let them go to a new owner. You sounded like you were going to say something.
Well, the other benefit to buying one of our barely used machines is we can actually go lower on those machines than we're allowed to with the new machines, because they are our machines. So
we own them, they're used machines.
So you save a good chunk of money by, you know, this is like buying one of those leased cars that's only been off the lot for a year.
And of course, on any of our floor models that we sell, Paul will give them the once over, make sure the timing's perfect, oil them up so they're all good and spotless and ready to go to you. Okay? All right. I got a brand new Amara sitting in the box right over here on the floor. You can't see it, but we're going to be putting that in today and adding he's going to be putting that in today, adding Pro Stitcher on there. So maybe next week, right, when we come to you for our live feed, we'll be able to show you all 3 machines loaded up. And yeah, I'm super excited to have Pro Stitcher now on all of them. All right, so what's that? Okay, so after the show, Paul and I last week were in beautiful Utah doing a new owner install and training. I know I posted some pictures and some video of that. We even stopped in at the mothership, right? We stopped in at Handy Quilter, got to see some people out there. It's always nice for us to be in the area so that we can just jump in there. And yeah, so one of you, maybe a couple of you asked me about, gosh, you would love to go and visit Handy Quilter. And you know, they are very open to that. Just you just kind of need to plan ahead a little bit. If you don't know who to contact or whatever, you can reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with somebody, make sure that you kind of have an appointment, and I'm sure that they'd be more than happy to show you around, show you this studio, the education studio there. There's, what is there now, 5 I think full-time, 4 or 5 full-time studio educators that work at Handy Quilter every day. So if there's nothing like top secret out on the production floor, I'm sure they'd show you that too. So just reach out to me. I can put you in touch with them, and it's a beautiful facility out there in Utah. All right, thanks to our host, our new owner. She was so gracious. The sim event was awesome. I just love meeting you guys on the road. It's just so much fun for me. Let's see, what kind of promotions do we got going on? I did print out the Handy Quilter promotion, and of course it's the month of February, the month of love, so they're calling it their Sweet Deals promotion, and what they're highlighting this month is the Sweet 16 sit-down machine, or the Simply 16, the stand-up version of that machine. And with either of those machines, they're kicking in a little freebie on the sit-down. The freebie is the True Stitch, which is like the regulation for sit-down free motion. And for the stand-up machine, they are throwing in the Quilt from the Back kit. Okay, so with that, you get rear handlebars and the laser lights, so you can do those paper pantos if you so choose. Now, I did want to mention quickly that even though the current promotion is not necessarily a Pro Stitcher promotion, you can actually add Pro Stitcher onto a Simply. We actually have a couple of owners that have done that, okay? So that's always an option. Pro Stitcher can go on any of Handy Quilter's stand-up long arm machines, all right? Okay, so just reach out to us if you're, I'll post a image about that. Let's see, what do we have going for promotions? We did a newsletter last weekend, I believe it was. Maybe it was Friday. I don't know. Anyways, we signed up our 1,000th subscriber to the newsletter while we were at the quilt show. He won a new spritz bottle just for being our 1,000th person. So remember, we still have these awesome spritz bottles.
Not many. Down the last box, I think.
Really? I think I have a couple boxes in the back here. But anyways, we still have those spritz bottles. The newsletter, you guys check that out. Sign up at mkquilts.com. We still have some personal promotions going on. We've got discount on the new Glide 2-foot. Those are in the house, in stock, ready to be shipped. and I think we may even have some more on order. They're going like hotcakes. People have been asking me, what's the difference with this new Glide 2-foot? Basically, you guys, it's a wider diameter, so the foot is bigger across, and then it's shallower. Okay, so some of the feedback on the original Glide foot was that it was hard to thread the needle because the cup, the bowl of that Glide foot was pretty deep. All right, so the new one is shallower. I've also still been getting people reaching out about how it's attached to the machine. It is a plastic shank, you guys, so you want to be careful about over tightening that. We have started shipping our Glide feet with a little washer in there so that you can put the washer between the foot and the screw, and that just helps alleviate some of the pressure on that plastic shank. Okay, the other reason could be why you're getting some cracking or breaking with your Glide feet is that your hopping foot is just not quite adjusted to the height that it needs to be. If it's hitting your plate too hard, if it's too far down, you're going to be putting repeated pressure and knocking on that foot right at that shank. So if you think that's the case, you might want to have a tech look at your machine for that. All right, so the newsletter is out. We've got the specials on the Glide. We've got that on sale. We've got the tool tray on sale. Tool trays are not here yet. They're not ready to ship, but we're offering you a discount on that. When they do come in, we'll get them right out the door for you. I'm really excited to get that here. And just a little hint, the secret drawers are still on sale on our website, and I'm going to let Mr. MK just mention a couple things about install on the drawers.
Okay, so let me squat down here.
I'm sorry, honey.
Step back. Okay. Anyways, when we were in Utah, I actually talked to some of the engineers there, and they had a drawer mounted improperly just to demonstrate what they believe is happening for some people. The short version is the instructions weren't specific at one step where you should push the drawer in before you tighten it down. Now, all this I talked about in the newsletter. I've even got a download location where you can download the instructions and things. So for those of you getting your drawers in, just be careful installing them. So far they've been replacing some of the broken tracks that can occur if you force things free of cost, but I don't know how long that will last. So we've had a lot of people, okay, 4, 5, 6 people reorder additional drawers because they love them so much. They're deep. I mean, you can start out with one. They're on a bit of a back order right now, so get in line if you want one. Check it out and then come back and order some more. So
awesome. Yeah, I don't even have mine here yet, and that was one of the things about like helping and reaching out and helping people through the install, the issues they were having. We didn't physically have our eyes on it. We haven't gone through those steps ourselves. So I don't know. Maybe Mr. MK will do a video when he does that. We'll see. But they're still on sale on MK Quilts. That's exclusive to us. Okay, another thing Mr. MK wants to give you an update about is the status of some contractors that we're bringing on board this year to help MK Quilts with installs. So again, take it away, Mr. MK.
Here again, it was in the newsletter, but what you need to do is go to the website, go to the bottom, and in the bottom footer, you'll see a little partner opportunities clickable area there. It'll take you to the page that'll do better to explain it, but effectively what we've got going now, since we may have just won an award for top sales this year, but I wasn't supposed to mention that. Anyways, check out our website. It's there. She can't divorce me. Anyways, we're going to be getting technicians trained in various parts of the country so that we can have them service with, keep it under a 2-hour flight or a 3-hour drive, something like that. And as we build those up, we're going to be able to provide better service to people, have their machines cleaned by somebody that we know has been trained and will treat you right. There'll still be MK Quilts people, but we'll have more out there so that we can better serve you. If you're interested, go online, fill out that little survey form initially, and we'll be setting up some online interviews here shortly. So
All right, so there was a couple of you that we actually, when we first threw this idea out there, that we had some phone calls with. If you are still interested and you haven't heard back from us, Paul's formalized this whole process a little bit. So as he said, please go back to the website, get in your official intent, kind of like an application, so that we don't lose track of who's all interested, okay? And Mr. MK is taking the lead on that because this year I'm getting back to my basics. Paul has taken a lot of stuff off of my plate, specifically books and things like that, all of the tech stuff. He's really taken a lot of that off my plate because this year I plan to be back to quilting, traveling, doing installs and videos and all the the things that I love to do. So please keep watching, and thank you, Mr. MK, for doing the things that he's very good at so that I can do the things that I'm very good at and stay in touch with all of you guys. Okay, events. You guys, I cannot stress again how important it is if you are at all interested in catching me at one of my sim events this year, and I've got one planned once a month from now through September. You need to sign up now because they are selling out. Now, having said that, Ella J, Georgia is coming up in April, and that is still kind of on the fence right now. So if you're in the Georgia area, just go on our website, look at the events, or just Google Maps where Ella J, Georgia is. And I am going to be there doing a piecing class with a guild. They're bringing me in to do something separate, but I have an owner in Ella J. So we are trying to work out a sim event. So if you want to come, please sign up now so that I don't have to scratch that event, okay? All right. Keep watching. Did you want to say something? No.
No, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Just remember to use machines.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else is on my machine, or on my list. That was it. Oh, new owners group. Okay, so any of you my owners, and by owners I mean anybody of you who has bought a machine and or Pro Stitcher from us, you get entry into our exclusive owners club. I just created a private Facebook group for just us. And so please check your inboxes, your Facebook Messenger inboxes. Get yourself into the group because we are planning our very first owners webinar. And again, because we have owners all over the country, this is going to be some sort of an online, either a WebEx or some sort of a webinar. And we're going to talk more about that in the months to come. And if you want to get into that owners club, you basically know what you got to do, right? Let's get you on board with a new machine or one of the floor models here, and you can get into that exclusive group too. All right, Mr. MK wants to talk about some owners or potential owners that we are working with, and they have some used systems to sell.
All right, so I wanted to give you an idea. I was actually working on one just over here this morning, cleaning it, testing it out, going over it. Basically certifying it that I know it's a good unit. It's one of the older Avante 18s, but it's got a newer Pro Stitcher tablet add-on to it. So this is really a great deal. Normally to get a Amaro with a Pro Stitcher, you're talking around 18 grand for a system. Now if you wanted to get started in something, as an example price for this, I could see you getting this for $8,000 with a brand new table. You know, round figures here. That deal would not be with us. Excuse me. It would be, yes, you thought you'd need this. Hold on. Yes, watch Paul drink. Okay, so the idea being the deal is through you and the previous owner. We help coordinate the contacts. We will help getting the new table ordered. In this case, you can set it up in a 6, 8, or 10 foot configuration, even though officially some of those sizes aren't supported. They're totally doable. Or you can put it on a little foot table, and that's basically included in about that $8,000 price. So you're getting a good starter unit with fully Pro Stitcher premium capable hardware. And it just might be the way that you want to get started, especially if you just don't want to do it professionally for other people. It's a great machine to have around.
So clearly, you guys, I realize that you are my sim followers. Many of you already have Pro Stitcher, but you might have friends or whatever that you might like to hook up with us and get them started on a used machine. And please, I'm encouraging you for the future for this year, if you're ready to, send your used machine on its way, we can help connect you, at least by helping you list it through our website. We've got a lot of people now that get our newsletters and browse our website. So we can help you with that, and then we can come to you, or one of our trained installers or whatnot can come to you to help you with a brand new machine purchase from us. Okay, that's all we got. Let's show you what's on the frames. And yeah, so I'm going to start over here. Paul is busting up the place. Okay, I'm going to start over here on McForte. Again, this is my floor model that's for sale. Over here on McForte, let's see if I can get this camera down. There we go. This is one of my own quilts that I threw on the frame the other day. It is made from a set of rulers called Scrap Crazy. It's not the original Scrap Crazy. I'm sorry. It's not the original Scrap Crazy set, but it's another set, and that uses a striped fabric and just a triangle, and it's the way you put it all together on that one. Now, over here on McFinity, I am just mentioning again my whole cloth class. I took the whole cloth and displayed it in my booth at the quilt show. It had very much rave reviews. I did some screen capture, some work on that class this week. So I promise I am working on that class. I know many of you are patiently waiting for that. I'm sorry, I'm a busy gal, and that class will get done when it gets done, but I have been working on it this week, I promise. Okay, you guys, that's what we got for you today. Keep watching. Next week, at the end of the week, I'm going to be in the Villages here in Florida doing a sim event, so hopefully we'll fit in a live feed earlier next week. And keep following, sign up for the newsletter, talk about the sim group to your friends and other owners, even people who are just considering getting a machine. Just send them to the sim group, send them my way, and of course we'll take good care of them. All right, you guys, thanks for joining, thanks for all your support, and until next time, from my studio to yours, happy quilting. Bye-bye.